everybody! Just before we begin or end, I have a new Discord server called Weeb With Me. It's great, it has all kinds of sections for anime, gaming, cosplay, but right now it's kinda barren. The link to join is in the description and all are welcome. See you there! Hello everybody, my name is Brooklyn, otherwise known as the Dramatic Otaku. A little while ago, I made a video describing my favourite animes, or anime that I suggest. Now, in that video, I did say that one day I would be making a suggestion list of anime movies that I've watched. However, knowing the scope of movies that there are, I decided to make 3 videos instead, doing an anime film review of sorts. And today's video is going to be Ghibli films. Now, it's not going to be all of the Ghibli films, it's going to be only probably just the most popular ones, or like the most popular ones that I know of. I have not watched all of them, and there may be a sequel to this video, because Netflix apparently has all the Ghibli films on it. But today is just the most popular ones. Now, this is a disclaimer. This is all my opinion, thus it will be very biased. I have nothing against these films, I adore them all and their art style. This is just my opinion. Again, I will not be reviewing all of them, just the ones that I have watched, and my favourite Ghibli film is Howl's Moving Castle. There will be spoils? There will be spoils in this video, and in these reviews, and again, this will be a very biased list. Let's begin. Howl's Moving Castle. Now, as I said in the opening of this video, Howl's Moving Castle is by far my favourite Ghibli film. And with all the reviews, this is completely going to be the most biased one of all of them. But I fucking love this film. Unlike with many Ghibli films where I either outgrew my like for them or I've recently started appreciating them, I have liked this film since day one. And I just keep finding more things to love about it and finding new things that I appreciate about this film. At my first viewing, all I liked about this film was old Sophie, Grandma Sophie. Because, you know, she's the kind of grandma you want. She's strong, she's kind, she's caring, she cooks. Okay, not the last one. But she's strong, cheeky, fun, caring. She's all around probably one of the better grandmother figures in these films. And sort of after a couple of viewings, I only started noticing that she kind of morphed depending on her like status with Howl and how she interacted with other characters. Her age sort of fluctuated because of the curse she's under. And I didn't realise that until a couple viewings in, which is really weird. I also didn't understand that it was a romance story for the first couple of years, because I just thought Howl was an absolute brat and did not understand why people regarded it as such this amazing love story when Howl is just so fucking insufferable. That would be until recently when I took a new lens to the film and actually saw the love story and how Howl actually cares for Sophie. Now, a large majority of these characters from this film are super lovable and super adorable. No matter which dub you watch, they are fantastically written, fantastically acted. They're just fantastic in general. Probably the best example for this would probably have to be my love for Calcifer, or Calcifier, however you say his name. I'm pretty sure it's just Calcifer. But the way he's portrayed in both the Japanese and the English dub, fucking fantastic. He's the combination of both really smart and sassy and super adorable at the exact same time. Now, I say most of the characters because fuck the Witch of the Waste. This manipulative, sneaky, and downright rude woman is the bane of my existence. In her old lady form, she may look cute on the surface, but she's the worst fucking character. On this channel, we say fuck the Witch of the Waste. She is so greedy. I fucking hate her. She is the cause of many of the problems in this film. All in all, this film gets about 100 out of 10 for me. Again, as I said, incredibly biased. Now, the next film that I will be reviewing is My Neighbor Totoro. As you can see in the back, I have 2 little Totoro figures. Oh, figures? Plushies. They're plushies. So, I may or may not have only watched this film for one reason, and one reason alone. My Neighbor Totoro is by far Ghibli's most recognised works, with Totoro being the mascot of the company itself. And many of their most famous scenes are just lodged within the hearts of many Ghibli fans. Not to mention being the background for many otakus and weebs alike. I'm really not gonna lie when I say the main marketability for this film is Totoro and probably also the cat bus. Because they are just such adorable, strange creatures that they're just beloved immediately because they're so cute. And that's what draws people to this film. The storyline itself is pretty interesting, as it does follow 2 girls who have moved into a new home. Their mother is hospitalised far, far away, and they meet Totoro and go on all types of adventures. And with this being a kids' film, it does make sense and is very adorable and cute in that way. It's not an awful movie by any means. I just think the main reason people go to this film is just because of Totoro. I was the same. I only really went to this film because of Totoro and like how many people just loved the character. And I really can't blame him. But that's the only thing I can really draw upon from this film. Totoro. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 just for Totoro. Otherwise, the movie gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Spirited Away. Released the same year I was, 2001. Spirited Away is by far Miyazaki's most famous and critically acclaimed work. And this is going to offend many people, but I am not the biggest fan of the film. I just offended so many nostalgia-ridden Ghibli fans whose childhood was this film. I do like the film itself, for the most part, but every character is just inherently bad in their own way except for Chihiro. And Chihiro is very annoying. My favorite characters of this entire film are the little soot creatures because they don't inherently do anything wrong or do anything bad or anything grey. They are soot creatures that are just there and adorable. I recently rewatched this movie multiple times and I kept getting the same thoughts. I hate your Baba. Haku isn't all that great. These mini flashbacks are really bizarre. Everyone in the bathhouse is super greedy and fuck the frog! I am so glad No Face ate that fucking frog because I hate that frog with a fucking passion more than I hate the Witch of the Waste. Fuck the frog. Frog can go fuck himself. Very glad that No Face fucking ate him. Visually, it is very pretty. And some of the background characters are the better characters of this film. For example, as I said before, the soot creatures. I also think a lot of the like spirits and gods, like the turnip spirit, very cute, cuddly, and very interesting characters. I personally like these characters the most in the film. There are just some things in the film that I don't like. Like I said before, I just don't like some of the main characters, and the flashbacks that Chihiro has are incredibly bizarre to me. Like, the whole ending with Haku remembering his name just seems a little strange to me, because for me it just kind of comes out of left field. Like, oh, we've met before, I'm the Kohaku River. I don't really understand it, or it's just a little too bizarre for me. And this is just because it's mainly my perception of the film. It could make sense to you, it just personally doesn't to me. Please don't ask me why it doesn't make sense, because I can't put it into words. But yeah, so I really don't think it's great as everyone says it is. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 just because it's very visually pleasing. Princess Mononoke. Now, for a while, this was my favourite Ghibli film. However, as time has gone on, I have sort of lost interest in this film. Visually, it is a fucking masterpiece. I think it is so gorgeous, especially all the natural scenes. Just, it's incredibly gorgeous. Now, this film spawned many of the visuals you see when you type in Studio Ghibli. Its most notable screenshot from the entire film, I think, would be of the little Kodama tree spirits, because if you type in Kodama into Google, you'll just see shots from this film. The story itself goes along very strongly with the themes of nature and pollution, and that's part of the reason why I started to lose interest in this film, just because it hits really close to home for me and it kind of gives me anxiety. So my main love for this is the visual design of the film and how the spirit takes back nature. Again, I did lose somewhat of some of my interest of this film, but I still highly regard it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Kikis Delivery Service is a film I never really enjoyed much. I first tried to watch it on GoGo Anime before it was blocked by the government on Apple computers. Please don't ask, just for some reason it worked on my friend's computer and she has a PC until about 2 months ago, and now we share a Crunchyroll account. Don't ask. But anyway, GoGo Anime bizarrely only had the first 20 minutes of the film, and little did I know at the time, that would pretty much be summing up my opinion of the film in the long run. I love the opening visuals of Kiki's Delivery Service, with Kiki and her family and the different outfits that Kiki has. I think they're quite quaint, quite cute. I just wish she didn't have to wear the black dress for the entire film, but then again, she is a witch, so I can forgive that. Sorry, witch in training. I can forgive that. I was really entranced with this film as it had some rather existential and relatable topics for me at the time, with Kiki not really knowing what she wants to do with her life if she lost her powers, which is a threat in this film, and with what kind of witch she wanted to be in her life. And here's the thing, right as the film hits a climax, it ends. To me, this film feels like half a film. Like it was never finished, and I get it's Kiki's start to her big life adventure, but I really wanted more to this story. I really wouldn't mind if the story was double the amount of length, double the length of the initial film. I just really wish there was more, because it felt like half a film to me. So just as a result, I have to give it a 6 out of 10, personally. Grave of the Fireflies. Prepare a box of tissues and a bucket of ice cream for this one, because this is a tearjerker. Grave of the Fireflies takes place in, I believe, World War II Japan, and follows the story of a brother and sister living on their own with nowhere to go and no one to go to. It's a tragic tale that really gives you a glimpse into a couple of kids trying to make the best of a bad situation, and that bad situation coming back to get them. Yeah, it's a horrible ending to the film, but in a spectacular way that just had me fucking bawling my eyes out. There are these really heavy themes of death in this film, so please be aware of that before you go into this film. But yeah, the main thing that I have to go with this film is that it is insanely sad, and it's just honestly beautiful. You might find it boring, but I honestly found it very beautiful. So 10 out of 10 for me. Ponyo, 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 fishy in the sea, Ponyo! Now, this is the first Ghibli movie that I ever watched. It appeared on TV one day, and I was just entranced and interested. I thought it was really weird. Like, Ponyo's transformations did at first really put me off. But I sort of figured that now that's sort of a trope with Ghibli films, Ghibli animation in general. It's very prominent also in Howl's Moving Castle, so I'm not as bothered by now. But still, Ponyo isn't my favourite film. Ponyo, as a character, she's very cute, but also irritates me a lot. Ponyo in her goldfish state, I absolutely adore. She's very cute in that state, but in her girl state, she's incredibly irritating. But she's like 8, so that's completely understandable. But can we agree that this film, in regards to the food visuals, is possibly one of the best Ghibli films to do it? Cause just Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away, pretty good. But Ponyo and the food, top tier visuals. 8 out of 10, just for the food. Thank you so much for watching. Again, these are my opinions and they are incredibly biased. I made this with satirical intention, so please do not take this too seriously. Leave your opinions on these movies in the descriptions down below. I have 2 more videos, possibly 3 more if I make a sequel to this video, lined up for the future. I still have Ghibli films to watch, again, that's why there might be a sequel to this specific video, but there's still gonna be 2 anime film review videos coming up. So thank you very much for watching again, and have a great day. Bye!